Welcome back. Oyeni Abiola says the demand is justified. Labor has to be paid well. Everything is now expensive. I guess that echoes your sentiments.
Yeah, you see, it's not about sense, it's about reality. Let me give you an example.
Okay, it echoes your reality.
It's like each time now there is a strike, particularly on minimum wage now. If you have the students that will not realize that they are workers in training, because when you are in school, you are workers in training, and feel that the demand by labor is unrealistic. When that student leave the school and come to work, is coming to meet that.
If he gets a job.
No, yeah, if you get a job, you get it and go. Eventually, we get a job, whichever way. No, it's coming to that.
It's beautiful you ask that question.
You know, you see, yeah, you get it, yeah. So, you could know, you must, it is the responsibility of a society to be so organized as to give every adult in that society a space for job. It's only when you don't organize your society, you run into a problem. Because you must say now that if you have millions of unemployed youth, are you going to throw them into the Atlantic Oceans? But you could create a basis for productions.
Okay.
I can give you an example. Just so I can give you an example.
Yeah.
Let me
you talk about basis for production. As at 2014, the contribution to GDP of the productive sector in Nigeria was less than 10%. And it has even dropped in 2015 to about 8%. Does it not worry labor that labor is not thinking about productivity? Does it not worry labor that labor is not thinking about their own contribution to that GDP in terms of high output? Does it not worry labor about ensuring that ghost worker syndrome does not continue? Because what is ghost worker? The ghosts work alongside the human beings. The human beings are the workers, are the and co. Those that we know. Who are the ghosts? You should know them because they work alongside you. We expected that labor, I'm coming. We expected that labor, when you say labor, labor is the engine room of productivity in any economy. And that is why your logo is labor creates wealth. How much of wealth do you create now? And does it worry labor leaders? Every time I mention labor leaders, because the fish falls from the head.
In the Mr. Zako, hold on, Mr. Zako. When you talk about one second, you will respond, but he needs to add this. Where is the place of motivation in all of this?
The place of motivation in all of this.
Yes, you're saying labor is labor creating wealth.
Does not only lie in higher wage. Motivation also comes in good working condition, and motivation comes.
Is government giving them good working conditions?
Who are the government? What is the input of labor in government? That's the question. Ask yourself: who are government and who are labor? If you try to divorce labor from government, then you make a mistake, because 90% of people in government belong to labor, either at senior or at junior category. The politicians come and go every 4 years. They are recycled. The people that stay there for 35 years are the ones that we're talking about labor.
Yeah,
so what is that?
Are those people working with you? Are they part of you?
No, you see, they are.
Are they part of you?
I
mean, the senior staff are
just hold on.
No, are they part of you?
Just hold on. In the labor category, it's only in Nigeria here and few other places that dichotomy still exists. A worker is a worker. It is not about division. You get it, Uncle? Representative of management are not in that category of those who belong to union. And that's why you have the employers. You know, if you look at the public sectors now, the permanent secretary, the commissioners, they represent the state. You get it now?
Yes.
So they are the
directors,
front.
the
They are the
directors.
front.
They don't belong to the
You
workers'
get it,
union.
Uncle?
Yes, we
you see,
know
they
that.
are the front of the authority
In
in imposing
employer.
that to this and co.
Yes.
When you talk of ghost workers, the ghost workers are those fronts of the government. You get it? There are no workers as ghosts. They created inflated bill. That's the point that must be clear.
And how,
So,
much, and how much of that inflation did you try to puncture as labor?
Let him finish.
Listen,
Yeah.
finish because you are talking ghost workers. I was going to say you have workers that appear like spirit at that level and co. They are the same people, you get it now, who front for the state. And as a matter of fact, when about 4 weeks ago it was disclosed that about 2.3 trillion naira You get it now? Were discovered in several accounts on the account of that. It was not the account of the poor persons. Most of the poor workers don't operate bank accounts on the basis of the banking system. It is just where their salaries are, it is done, they carry it. You get it? And leave something to service for the service charge of the bank. Because they don't have the surplus with which to keep saving. So secondly,
Does Labour represent only the poor workers?
Wait. The poor workers.
There's no time. You need to answer the question.
Yeah,
Does Labour represent only the poor workers?
There are no rich workers. By the structure, you see, I will give an example because this matter came up when we were agitating for the reversal of the fees in LASU. And on May Day 2014, we asked the governor the questions. There is no worker in Lagos State up to level 17, including PAMSEC, that can pay that fee if they don't dip their hands into public fund. So the point clearly is that how do you create that kind of system? When we are talking about controlling your production, see, when you don't control your productions, it's production that creates wealth.
That's what he's saying. Is Labour productive?
He's
saying Labour is not productive enough to be demanding this.
Labour is not worried about productivity.
How will Labour be productive? When you kill the refineries, when you privatize, you get a major sector of the economy. Let me give you an example.
Is it only the refineries that
now we are talking about refineries. Hold on. Recently, the current Minister for Petroleum wanted to rejig the structure in NNPC. The same Labour went on strike. You recall that this current scarcity that Nigeria
is opposed to privatization and deregulation policy, which is to take away jobs.
Part of the current scarcity that we are facing started when Labour started strike. Nupeng Pengasam, especially Nupeng. Meanwhile, what did the minister want to do? The minister wanted to make Labour more productive, and that's all.
How is he doing that?
I'm coming. The minister wanted to make Labour more productive and take away unproductivity in the value chain of petroleum industry. Labour just went on strike. Meanwhile, nobody was
where is the base you want to make productive?
Nobody was losing job. Nobody was losing employment. Nobody was being affected. Only that everybody needed to be more productive.
No, I think you need to be better informed on this matter.
No. I am as informed as I should.
On this matter, you need to be better informed.
I am as informed as I should on this matter because I had appeared on this and I criticized Labour vigorously. They claimed that the minister had no authority under the law, and I gave Labour the authority the minister had under the law.
That's
both in the Constitution and then the Petroleum Act that established NNPC. So, and the NNPC Act of 1977. At the end of the day, Labour has become so self-serving that Labour does not sit down to defend the people they claim are poor workers.
But what Labour is asking for the poor workers.
You are in this country.
Labour is only asking, there are two things. Is it realistic or is it symbolism? This is just symbolistic.
It's not symbolism.
What Labour is doing is just to
you are unfair. You see that statement? That statement is unfair. You get
go ahead.
You are talking of an organ decisions. It's not the president of the NLC, president of TUC. It's the organ. You see, and there are committees that are set up that have work for months. You see, I've said that government has been irresponsible. Look at all the strikes that unions, whether at the center or at the affiliate level, have ever gone to. It is government reneging on collective agreement that are reached. I can give an example because you said we have fought some of these things. You see, when many of you fail to understand the issues that are involved, for instance, in 1992, there was an agreement with the teacher union by government on teacher salary scale. And for 17 years, meetings upon meetings and co, until we compelled ourselves to go to the street. And that's what forced the hand of the government to begin to do have implementations of the teacher salary scale. Today, on the account of that struggle, there are not less than, there is no teacher all over the country. It costs whether ethnic, religion, or whatever, that has not, even if a minimum of 3,000 added to his salary monthly at that level.